It's been 7 months since my world changed when my husband passed away so suddenly. For months, I've felt like I was living in a fog. Everything was muted, confusing, and heavy. I am not healed. The grief is still there. It's always under the surface. But I feel like the fog is slowly lifting. My perception is starting to come back into focus. My nervous system is slowly calming down. My brain is starting to function again. And I feel like I can start moving forward with finding my new normal. One of the reasons I quit posting for months now, I couldn't talk about it anymore. I couldn't talk about it. I started having really dark thoughts, and I shared that in one of the videos right after Mr. C passed. Life to me did not seem like it was worth living. I felt like my life had been taken away from me. I've been with Mr. C since I was 16 years old. First met him when I was 13 in the neighborhood we lived in. So that's a long time to be with someone. For it to just be taken away in a second. And I really contemplated leaving this world. Those thoughts were so heavy. And now I have moments where those thoughts come up, but I try to sit with that moment, and I tell myself, this is just a moment, Sherry. It's just a moment. You will get through this, that life is worth living. And it's hard living without him, but I know that I have a lot to live for. As some of you know, I do have a second channel. It's a thrifting channel. I'm a reseller. It was so hard to go in the thrift stores. I only lasted maybe 5 or 10 minutes the first few times. I had so much anxiety. I had panic attacks. I would start crying and I'd have to leave. And what it was is that my brain was telling me that I was in danger. And I was in danger because my protector was gone. He always checked up on me when I would go thrifting. He'd always want me to text him when I get to the thrift store, and I was going to the next thrift store. And not having my protector, the world seemed very dangerous. I even started carrying pepper spray on me and sleeping with my Second Amendment at my nightstand. And I still feel a little like that. Not as overwhelming as it was when he first passed away. I'd never felt fear like that in my life. So going to the thrift store was hard. It was so hard. Well, one day I was able to go into the thrift store longer than 10 minutes, and I struck up a conversation with one of the young girls that worked there, and we had always talked to each other when I would go in there. And she would tell me how tired she was, and she was looking forward to having Sunday off. This was a Saturday when I went to the store. And she said, yeah, she said, my dog just had puppies. And I was like, Well, 2 months after Mr. C passed away, my oldest son said, Mom, why don't you think about getting an emotional support dog? You know, I have Hank and Bruiser. They don't need me as much. You know, they're not little puppies. They're pretty routine with everything, and there's not much to do with them. And so when she said that, it brought me back to that conversation with my son. And I said, what are you going to do with all the puppies? She said, I'm a breeder. And she bred Chorkies. Yes, Chihuahua Yorkies. So she showed me her phone with all the pictures on it of the litter. And there was a little blonde who was a girl. And I said, does anyone have dibs on her? She said, no. So I put dibs on her. And 5 weeks later, I picked her up. Do you see this little cutie? Yes, she came from the thrift store, and her name is Scarlett.
Why are you so precious? You're so little. You ready to go inside and see your brothers? You ready?
And this is Scarlett. Oh, she has been a blessing. Not that in any way she is a substitution for my wonderful husband, but I am a nurturer. I love taking care of Mr. C. I love taking care of things. Also, I have a bunch of plants now. I just needed something to take care of. And Scarlett O'Hara, and I named her Scarlett O'Hara because she's only going to get that big. So I thought, okay, Scarlett O'Hara, because if a strong breeze comes by, she's going to be gone with the wind. She has just been a blessing. She has helped me get back on schedule. She wakes up around 5:30 in the mornings. She has kept me on my toes. I forgot how busy you stay with a puppy, but I really love having her. I've never had a little female dog, so she has just been a little blessing to me. And slowly, her brothers are getting used to her because she has a lot of energy. So I have to take her on those long walks to get that out of her. But it's been really nice having the three of the dogs around me. And it's just, I need something to love on. I need something to nurture. And I don't think me running into this young lady and striking up this conversation was a coincidence. You know, I believe things happen for a reason, and it was the right place, the right time, and yeah, picked up that beautiful little girl. During this time, I have tried to do some cleaning and decluttering. Not a lot, because I get to doing something and I feel like it's meaningless and worthless, and what's the use? I'm slowly coming out of that. I don't know how long I'll keep my home. I have no idea. But I know there are repairs and things I need to do to it. So instead of focusing so much on decorating it, I am going to be working through all the supplies I have downstairs. You guys know that I get started on a project, and before I finish that one, I'll buy materials for another one. So my sons have been helping me, and we're working through little projects. And I'm trying to get back to doing things that were my normal when Mr. C was here, and things that he just encouraged me to do. So the first project, I've tackled half of it, is consolidating my eBay processing room, moving it from upstairs to downstairs. Plus I had to get the basement wall remediated. I didn't do that. I paid to have that done. And I had to do some landscaping in that area after they dug everything up. So that is what I was focused on for a while. And it felt good to step back and look at what I have accomplished. Even though I have not accomplished a lot in these 7 months, a lot of the time I have spent sitting around, reading my Bible, praying, mourning, grieving, walking. But I feel like now I'm ready to jump back into those projects and just let it lead me to whatever. Like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my home. I really want to sell it and buy a tiny home and go live on a plot of land somewhere. I really do, because this home doesn't mean that much to me without him here. I love it. It's beautiful. But he was my home. He was my home. But I do feel like I am able to start sharing videos. I don't know what these videos are going to look like on this channel, because my identity has changed. My goals have changed. What I want out of life has changed. So please be patient with me with these videos until I find my footing and how I want to present these videos and what I want to share with all of you. And I also want to thank all of you for being patient with me. A lot of you have emailed me, and I haven't replied to a lot of them, and I'm sorry. I just can't. I've read them, but I just can't reply. It hurts to talk about it. It hurts to talk about it. But I feel like every day I am getting a little stronger. I think what it is, you carry grief differently as time goes on. It never leaves you. And that person never leaves you. But I am doing my best to try. I'm restarting my life all over again. And I didn't think I would do that in my 50s. So I don't know what that's going to look like. So just be patient with me. Be patient. But thank you for walking alongside me. And I hope you enjoy the video as we start on some projects in my home. And I'm going to be working on some fall videos. Mr. C and I love fall. Probably won't be decorating as much for fall and Christmas this year. But I do want to do something. I enjoyed it. Mr. C encouraged me to do it. But I just don't know what it's going to look like in these videos. So thank you so much for being patient with me. I appreciate it. So as you come downstairs, all of this area is part of what I call the in-law suite. Now, my mother and father-in-law don't use this area. It's just a wide open space. But I've got a lot of work to do down here. The floors, I have cleaned these floors till I'm blue in the face, and you can still see the staining on here. So what I'm going to do, I bought an Oric machine that I used in my sunroom on the floors, and I'm going to use it down here to strip everything and then to polish it so and bring the color back out. These are terrazzo floors meant to last a lifetime. They kind of look like what you see in schools, but they are made to last. But yeah, you can see they're 60 years old and they need a really good cleaning. So that is what we're going to do with the flooring. And over here on the walls, you see this huge canvas I have here. Now it's hiding all of this. And it is not mold, it is efflorescence. So it's like salt and minerals that come through the brick with all of the moisture. And I have scrubbed these walls before to get the efflorescence off. I've tried to treat them myself, but I'm just putting a Band-Aid over it. And I really need to get all of this remediated. Mr. C has a brother that works in construction. He is going to bring his crew out here to get all this done probably in a couple of months, which means they'll be going upstairs where the air conditioners are outdoors, digging through all of that, remediating everything, and then I am going to repaint the walls a lighter color. I painted them this color when we first moved in because they were just brick red. And I like it, but I think I want a little bit lighter color down here. So we will be doing that, but that'll probably happen in about 2 to 3 months. And you can see on this side, it's a double fireplace. Now, my mother-in-law and father-in-law never use it. They never turn it on. But this area over here, they had some guinea pigs. They have since passed away. We have lived here about 8 years, and guinea pigs don't last that long, but they were the cutest little things. But a lot of leftover stuff there I'm going to donate just to get this cleared out. And I am thinking of moving maybe my shipping station over here and then just having racks down this way. Of course, it's in my head. I don't know if it's going to happen that way, but that's the plan. And in this room, we're still downstairs here. This is a room right next to the open space. This is where I keep some of my inventory. And yes, boxes. If you're a reseller, you know, finding a box is like finding a gold mine. I mean, anytime we have a box come in the house, my mother and father-in-law have a box come in the house, I always save them. So not a lot down here. I was able to get my fan up. I may need to get another one to put up in the corner, but yeah, this is it. And I really want to maybe change this area since we do have really good lighting here. Behind here, we have a lot of lighting behind these curtains. So I am thinking of having my son come over and help me make 2 flat lay stations because
As I said, I want to really expand my eBay business. So if it could be myself and someone else helping me with photography of all the photos, that would be so great. And the tile in here isn't bad, but I'm still going to clean everything. I'm going to remove everything from the room. Yeah, you can see it's not the worst. Now, some of this is just dirt where I haven't swept down here in a while, but we do have some stains down here. And I am very curious to see how well the Auric is going to do down here. And the sunroom did a fantastic job. So I am eager to get everything out of here and get to cleaning this room and reorganizing it.
Even as I was grieving, I still had orders to ship. But during those months, I completely gave up on keeping my shipping room organized. It was the least of my worries. All right, let's see how quickly we can get this mess cleaned up. I'm going to throw all the trash away, and then I'm going to consolidate all of the boxes and get them downstairs. All right, if it only really been that quick. Yeah, it wasn't. Got the trash out of here, got the boxes, everything else, consolidated everything, and I've put it downstairs. Over the past few months, I've come to the realization that I can't upload reselling videos to my second channel anymore. Between thrifting, processing inventory, listing, shipping, and editing content, I just can't handle that workload anymore. And honestly, it doesn't appeal to me now. What I want for my home, life, and business has changed a lot since Mr. C passed away. I'll definitely still be reselling, but I don't see myself sharing that kind of content over there anymore. That said, I don't want the channel to go to waste. There are 20,000 of you over there. So I've been brainstorming some new ideas, and hopefully I'll have new content for that channel at the beginning of the year. I've rearranged this eBay processing room a few times over the past few months, just trying to figure out what works best. I finally ditched the rolling racks and used a rod we had in the laundry room closet that I never used and repurposed it in here. It's sturdier, more convenient, and honestly, I love it so much more. It really holds all of my bulk items that I can't pre-package in a convenient way where I can see everything in one space.
The way I have this eBay room set up now makes my whole workflow so much easier. I can get through all my shipping, listing, and packing without all the hassle. After the basement remediation was finished, I still needed to get this area mulched. My brother-in-law came over and seeded it, and now we're just starting to see little bits of grass coming through, which is very exciting. My son helped me spread the mulch, and as we were working out there, I started dreaming up some ideas for how I wanted to design this spot. Since I can see this area from my sunroom, I thought it'd be the perfect little place to create a bird oasis. I moved my shepherd's hook, bird feeder, and wind chimes from the front of the house to over this area, and I'm going to be adding a little bird bath here also. And instead of planting straight into the ground, I thought I'd do some container gardening just to keep it simple but still really pretty. I love the thought of sitting in my sunroom and looking out at this peaceful little view every day. Okay, puppies, let's go outside. No, don't mess with my shoes. Don't mess with Mama's shoes. Bruiser, you coming? Let's go, guys. One thing I'm concerned about, I have the wind chimes on the same pole as the bird feeder. I'm wondering if that scares the birds away because it doesn't look like they've eaten hardly any of the seed I put out. Should you hang wind chimes near a bird feeder, or does it scare them away? Hanging wind chimes near a bird feeder might initially scare birds away due to loud or sudden sounds, but birds often get accustomed to them over time, especially if food is readily available. Well, it also says that reflective or shiny materials on the chimes can scare birds by creating sudden flashes of light. So maybe I'll see if I have another pole somewhere in the utility room and hang the wind chimes separately and not on the same pole, because I didn't think about it when I first put that out. But now I'm thinking maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the problem. The reason that the birds aren't coming around to the bird feeder. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'll leave you out here for a minute. Miss Scarlett, Mr. Hank, are you digging holes in my mulch? Oh my goodness. All right, guys, we're going in because you are messing up Mama's project. Miss Scarlett. I love being able to stand here in the sunroom and see the bird feeder. I would like to get one more to hang here on the left side to kind of balance it out a little bit. But I love this. I spend so much time here in the sunroom and being able to just, look at the birds, look at the beautiful weather outdoors. The leaves are going to be changing pretty soon. You're going to see nothing but fall in the background. This is why I love my sunroom probably more than any other room in my home. I have this little concrete slab. I don't know what the previous owners had on here, but I thought it'd be the perfect spot for my bird bath. The bolts still need to be removed, but there's plenty of room for the bird bath in the meantime. And I also found this solar water sprayer for it, and the movement of the water just adds something magical. Since I can see it from the sunroom, it makes the whole space feel so inviting. Working on projects just isn't the same without being able to share them with Mr. C. I'm slowly trying to get back to the things I once enjoyed when he was here. There have been so many moments over these past 7 months when I found myself walking toward his office, ready to tell him about a project I was working on or to ask his opinion about something, only to remember he's not here. The ache hits deep, but I guess that's what comes with having a wonderful husband who filled your cup until it overflowed.